There we go. Welcome back to the Stephen and Michael show. I'm Michael.
And I guess I'm Steven. I'm not exactly sure on that.
Yeah, probably. It's probably because you're suffering from horrific mind-destroying powers. Because I left my camera on.
I don't know. I jumped into the chat and Michael's just standing there with his camera on, dick hanging out and everything. It was weird.
Whoa! Let's not get carried away. It was just my shirt off, though. That's still a sight no human being wants to see.
uh, anyways, so recent video game news. I'll start off right off the bat with that. Is that getting some new Smash Brothers content.
What about tacos?
That's the new Smash Brothers content. We're getting some new Smash Bros. Content.
Oh yeah, a couple of new
Stages, some new costumes, Crom and King K. Rool.
Yeah, I really wish that King K. Rool was a new character and not just a costume. But
At least they're putting him in somehow. At least they're giving him a costume.
I don't.
We're also getting a tournament mode finally coming out.
I don't know. I just wish. I really wish that he was an actual character. I want more new characters. I don't want fucking shitty ass costumes. I'm not gonna buy.
I don't know. I like the costumes, but it takes a whole hell of a lot to put in a character.
The only costumes I bought so far, I bought the Inkling one off Squiddler.
Right. I bought the whole entire content pack that had all the DLC characters and everything.
I've bought all the DLC characters and the Inkling costume pack so far. That's about it.
Let's see.
But that's only because I wanted the trophy and I wanted to make Adolf Squiddler.
Well, you get the trophy no matter what.
You do?
Yeah, you get the trophy. It's a free trophy. You get it.
I only got it after I bought the costumes.
Really? I got it as soon as I turned on the game. Or as soon as I bought the DLC. I don't know.
Oh, maybe it's because I bought the DLC before I turned the game on. Whatever.
That's it, yeah. Other things, other news doing with Smash Bros. There's some new rumors.
Oh, boy.
New leaks, I mean. There's some new leaks. Apparently, some stage photos were leaked of 2 new stages that haven't been announced yet. First one, Great Bay Temple from not the Great Bay Temple, the Great Bay stage from Melee.
Oh, lovely. Melee. The best game in the series.
But the problem with that stage photo is that it was like taken, it looks like it was taken off screen of Nintendo Direct footage for an upcoming Direct that hasn't been announced yet. And it's very weird in how the screen looks, so it might be fake. The second stage is a new Dr. Mario stage.
Now, there's something I'd like to see.
And that stage, the photos for that look like they're directly, like direct feed image. Like direct screenshots. And there's actually a few screenshots of it. And the gimmick of what it looks like is like in the background of the stage, they show the pill bottle with the pills and the viruses in it dropping. And on the stage itself mimics what's going on in the background.
See, now there's an interesting stage. I want to play on that shit.
Yeah, so you'll see the pills dropping in the background, and that's what happens on the screen itself, on the stage itself. Giant pills drop. And there's also the viruses in there. The viruses are also on the stage.
I would love to see that, honestly. Now
that one's more real. That one, I believe, is more real because the way the screenshots are.
Do you think? But doesn't that sound a little complex? Like maybe it's bullshit. Like it just sounds too good to be true. I want to believe, but
we were kind of burned on that Rayman. At least we weren't burned on Ryu.
At this point, I just want new characters. Like new stages are great, but I want to see some new. I want to see some new blood.
I mean, it takes a lot to put in a new character. We probably won't see one for a couple more months before one even gets announced.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, when's that character poll supposed to end? In October? So it'll probably be a while before we get a new character announcement.
Maybe. Ugh, so lame. Just want to. I want new fighters. I want to have more characters to beat the shit out of people with.
Ridley is too big for Smash.
Oh, Ridley? I don't give a shit about Ridley. I want K. Rool. I want Wolfpack. I want fucking. Who would be a good third party? I think Banjo's pretty high up on third party.
I mean, that'd be great. But I'd love to see some indie stuff like Shovel Knight.
Well, I think a lot of people are really against indie shit.
They can go eat a dick.
I don't know. I mean, Shovel Knight would be cool, but I just don't know how likely he is. He's too new.
Yeah. Some people are saying they want the Inklings as characters, but we already got them as costumes, so I don't see that happening. I want there to be a Ridley costume just to piss off the Ridley fans. Like, this way they'll know there's never going to be...
I just want Snake back.
That way they know there will never be Ridley if there's a Ridley costume. Ridley won't be added as DLC.
I don't think getting a costume is instantly means, like, you're not going to get in, because I know Inkling is high up on the polls, too. People really want the Inklings in.
Yeah, fair enough.
So they might put in the Inklings if they think... If what's-his-face, Sakurai, if Sakurai thinks that it's a good idea to put it in, he'll put it in.
That is true. But the deal with the Inklings is, like, that would definitely cement them as Nintendo IPs. That would definitely, like, cement them into the, the fan base and such. I'm surprised they didn't get in yet. I'm surprised they aren't there.
Who, the Inklings?
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't put them in yet. I really am, actually. You think they would?
Well, the Inklings are still new. They're probably still testing the waters, you know?
Oh, yeah.
They're probably just seeing... In fact, I'm actually going to be buying Splatoon this week so me and my girlfriend can play it because she's coming up tonight.
Oh, nice. So, too bad it's not a multiplayer in the same room game. Well, actually, there is a multiplayer mode in the same room.
Well, we'll see. I just want Splatoon anyway.
Fair enough. That way we can play together.
She keeps trying to tell me squids are real, but we all know squids are a myth.
I know, it's like believing in horses. What the fuck?
What? Horses are real? Well, it's just squids. Squids are mythical creatures.
I mean, all those horse pictures are fake. Am I supposed to believe?
It's true. I'm telling you, horses are real. They're living among us. They're controlling the highest levels of government since the time of Caligula. Horses are real.
Horses aren't real. Am I supposed to believe that a giraffe could have that short of a neck? That's impossible.
It's true. It is true. Horses are real. Giraffes are just fake horses.
Okay, now we're getting semantics here.
The point is, squids are fake.
Exactly.
Splatoon will let me pretend to be one.
Speaking of Splatoon, we're getting a huge update package on August 5th.
Oh, is Mario confirmed for Splatoon?
No.
Oh.
But we are getting a whole bunch of new weapons, new stages, new gameplay modes, new outfit pieces, stuff like that. We're finally getting the matchmaking service where you can make matches with your friends. Private battles and squad battles. where you can get a group of your friends together and uh, let's see. Something really interesting is they're shutting down one of the actual stages for a temporary amount of time because it's going under construction.
Under squid struction.
Yes. The stage Urchin Underpass is actually being temporarily shut down from the second through the fifth because they're improving it. So they're taking it out of rotation, but they put up a little construction sign, a post that had like a construction sign, like saying "Sorry for the inconvenience." I think that's hilarious that they did it like that. Because they could have just took it down and not said anything about it, and probably no one would have known. No one would have noticed.
No one knows a thing. Oh, I don't know what to talk about today on the show. I can't like I feel like there was something I wanted to talk about, but like my brain is fried from how hot it is. It's just like way too hot.
Let's see. There's a new Kickstarter for a new scam. I mean program for recognizing race in video games, racial history in video games.
What's it for?
It's some kind of like video series that somebody's doing. It's about I don't know. I glanced over it, so don't quote me on this. But I think it has something to do with race relations in video games or racial representation, something like that.
Okay, I don't care already. Like
I
that
mean,
already that's boring the shit out of me.
to be fair, if they do it right, it could actually be something informative and good. But I doubt it. I bet it's just
Yeah.
going to be another scam like Anita.
Yeah, it's gonna be Femme Frequency Part 2. It just doesn't sound.
I want burned on Anita's shit already. It sounds too similar, and it's stuff like Anita that's making people more wary about this kind of thing. Like for all I know, no, this could be a legitimate thing discussing legitimate issues.
Okay. Well, it's no one's fault but hers that no one is taking it seriously.
I know, and that's the sad thing. Like I said, it could be a real, legitimate thing discussing real, legitimate issues, but everyone's afraid that's just another scam. Like, like the tropes versus women or whatever it was called.
Speaking of video game stuff though, recently released to the public of the world was the fourth installment of the beloved series Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Honestly, I watched Markiplier play those games because I don't think I could ever play those games. I have too short of an attention span for that.
I could never spend the money on those games.
It's not like they're wallet busting. They're like $5 each. And
For me, that's wallet.
Let's be real. Giving money to the guy who makes the games, it's like Scott Cawthon or whatever. He seems like a nice guy. He's a really nice guy.
Oh, he is.
And he doesn't deserve half the shit he gets. I mean, it's fine not to like his game or whatever, but calling him some like greedy, money grubbing fame whore.
He donates to charity. He donates so much money to charity.
Yeah, and let's be real here. If you were able to come up with this game with a kind of extensive mythos behind it, and you were able to produce these in a few months, I think you'd be doing it to make the money.
Yeah.
And it's not like the games themselves are bad. They're just simple. I know what a bad game is. I played a game so awful that it has haunted me for my entire life.
Which game would that be?
I'll get to that in a second. I wanna finish talking about this first before I get sidetracked by that.
All right.
From the whole game and story and like the scare standpoint, because like I watched the videos, this one looks it actually looks really good. I'm more like the thing with this game. I'm not like into playing it, I guess, but I'm more into like the story and background shit.
Well, what I like about it is that it's going away from the sitting in an office all night to sitting in a bedroom all night.
Yeah, that's what I like too. It makes the game really darker because this time you're not like an experienced adult up against something. You're a little kid.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea. That,
And
and I'm glad the phone calls are gone.
but do you already know like why you're the kid in the room? Like
No, I don't know that much about it. Let's
do
not
you want me to tell you? Do you want the spoilers?
let's not spoil this for
I
anybody.
mean, I think a lot of people know it by now because most people are probably watching Markiplier's video. I mean, and like it actually. Well, let me just say that if you don't want it spoiled, but the whole thing, the whole kid right there, it really ties the mythos together. It really kind of ties the story together. I mean, there's still a few questions left unanswered, but this fits in well and kind of explains a few things anyway.
Personally, I'm thinking Five Nights at Freddy's would not be nearly as popular if they didn't release the game so quickly.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. But unlike other game series that are like churning out like 20 games a year, I can't bring myself to really hate this one as much because it's one guy doing all this work. He's not like the games are simple. They're not supposed to be anything super complex that you should expect like radically different stuff from. Like with a game like Call of Duty where you have like a developer who probably has a huge staff working on this game, you should be expecting more. Like when it's a huge developer pushing out a title like that, you need to expect a lot more from them than just a couple of new maps and a couple of new guns. But when it's just one lone guy working on the game by himself, I think I can let it slide that it's not like reinventing the wheel every single time.
Exactly.
And like I appreciate the story, even if I'm not gonna like play the game. I probably would play the game just to like support him, and because at the very least, this is getting people interested in like horror video games again. Because
Here's one,
that,
here's
that
one of the things about releasing it so close is that a game like this, small short game like this, if they release them farther apart, the hype would die down too soon for everyone to give a crap, for anyone to give a crap anymore.
yeah, probably. Honestly, I just it's probably my favorite series. I'm never gonna play, though. I probably will play it eventually. Honestly, if this is what gets people interested in horror video games again, that'll be great. Maybe Konami will realize they're fucking idiots and finally finish making Silent Hills.
That's not going to happen. They've given up on console games.
Let a man dream.
Okay. Are you excited for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie?
I think that has potential. I think that could be good if given the opportunity. It could be the world's first good video game movie. I
All
mean,
right.
I mean, the story and mythos is there. This could be like instead of making a fifth game, the movie is the fifth game.
All
So to
right.
speak.
So you're going to say what the worst game you ever played is. Before you say that, I'm going to say mine. The worst game I ever played, through completion, by the way, Hide Glide.
Oh God, really? You played
I've
that?
I've done it. I beat it. It took me a while, but I've actually played through it and beat it, and it was one of the worst games I've played.
So I've heard from so many. I think Pro Jared and Peanut Butter Gamer have talked about it. Was it Peanut Butter Gamer? I know a couple of famous reviewers. I think
I've known
even James
Amy
Ball,
and
James
yeah,
too. They've
yeah,
all talked about it. They've all said it's shit.
actually playing it, it really is shit. I was a little kid the very first time I ever played it, and my sister convinced me it was a Zelda game
Oh dear.
because I played like the original Zelda game once, and she convinced me that this was another Zelda game. It was like that was a mean joke.
That must have been like playing that and thinking it's a Zelda game. The CDI games must have looked like fucking Wind Waker in comparison.
Oh god. Speaking of which, I have played the CDI Zeldas.
Are they as bad as people say? Are they like
Oh,
just
well,
under?
the
Are
real
they like?
problem, the
Are
real
they
problem.
like? Do they deserve to be exiled from canon forever, or are people just overreacting?
Uh, well, one of the main problems with those games is that they were built on a system that wasn't meant for those kind of games.
Ah, I see.
That was the biggest problem. I could let all the quirkiness aside, all the bad cutscenes and all the quirkiness aside, if if it played good. If it played like a video game. But the problem is, it was built on a system that wasn't meant for games, meant for real games. That's the biggest problem. That was the biggest thing about those games is that it just wasn't the system. It was just the system was the biggest flaw. They could have been good if they were developed on better hardware. They could have been at least playable, but that's how it is. So, your turn. What's the worst game you ever played?
It's a game known simply as Frogger the Great Quest. I remember
Oh, I played that game. I remember that.
it's when I was a little kid. I played it. I think I got up to that casino boat with the alligator, and I just couldn't figure out what to do next at that point. And the game just disappeared for years. I never got to finish it. I never figured out what to do, or maybe I did.
That was the one
But
right?
but
That was on the PS2, right? The Great
Yeah,
Quest.
PS2. It was a PS2 game. But years later, I got it at a GameStop and I played it again because I figured, I'm older now. I'm going to be able to figure out how to do this. I played through and it's like, it's not that the game, it plays okay, I guess. I mean, the camera really sucked in that game.
Yeah, it did.
The big problem with the game is there's like very little incentive to like search out all the treasures. The combat was really unimpressive. Frogger was an annoying shit who shouted stuff out like, I know frog foo!
Oh, good
And
God.
worst of all, every single boss was just like an advancing boss. Like the bosses would walk towards you. And that's it. Like they would get it was just the whole game was so pathetically easy. I think I beat the whole game in one afternoon. And like
I got to like the final area.
if I'm trying, I can beat a game like Jack and Daxter 100% in a day, but like this was just ridiculous. It was like a few hours, like 3 or 4 hours at most. The game was just so pathetically easy.
I mean, I've beaten Jack and Daxter in a day, but that's because I've like never.
The final fucking boss was so easy. It was the most underwhelming thing I ever experienced. And when I finished, I was like, this is what I've waited my whole childhood to experience. This is what I wanted to see since I was a little kid. This is like the grand finale. This was not what I imagined. Like in college, I emulated the game Medieval so I could experience the rest of the game because I had never gotten to beat Medieval when I was a kid. And I played through that. The game was fucking great. Sure, I was playing on my keyboard because it was emulated, but the game was still great. And I was using save states too, but like it was still fun. It was a great experience. I managed to get through all these hard levels I had trouble with as a kid. I got to finally beat these bosses I had trouble with. I felt successful at the end. I felt like I had actually done something and had an epic journey. But with Frogger the Great Quest, I felt like I was smelling a wet fart. That game was such a dead fish.
Whoa. Slow down there, angry video game nerd. Slow down.
The game fucking sucked a donkey's asshole.
God, you sounded just like him there for a second.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to. But seriously, fuck Frogger the Great Quest. Fuck that game. Melee is a better game.
Let's not go too far there.
Though, let's be fair, Melee still sucks. Yeah, I said it. Melee is a terrible game. It's got ugly graphics, broken gameplay. It's overrated as hell, and the fan base is I want to say it's as bad as Steven Universe, but let's maybe that's going. No, it's not going too far. You guys are as bad as Steven Universe.
Whoa! You might upset the melee fags. You might upset them.
Oh, boo-hoo, I'm gonna hurt the feelings of some people who like some outdated video game because it has their wave dupes and floopity flaps and their loop-de-loos.
To be honest, melee isn't a bad game, but does it deserve the hype after all these years? Not really, but it's still fun to play sometimes.
I guess, but it's just so ugly to look at. I don't like the models. The models just don't look that good anymore. The graphics aren't great. I don't like the audio. The audio is kind of tinny in comparison to later games. It's not clear. And like I feel like I would like it a lot more if like Banjo, James Bond, Snake and Sonic were in it were like the original plan. And maybe instead of Ice Climbers, they had put in some other retro character like Balloon Fighter or whatever.
They originally wanted to do Excite Bike guy, but they couldn't figure out how to make him move, quote unquote, realistically.
There were so many cool characters that they could have put in Melee, and I might like the game more.
You know, originally they're going to have Lucas instead of Ness.
Yeah, they were going to replace. I'm glad they didn't because I like having both of them.
Well, the problem was that was because Mother 3 was originally supposed to be on the 264, but it never came out. That's why they're going to put him in there, but the game never came out, so they just had Ness in there again. And Mother 3 finally came out on the Game Boy Advance, so that's why they had him in Brawl.
I wonder how much different the world would be if Banjo and James Bond got in. I would have loved to see them, especially since they're a big part of Nintendo's history from what I know. I was never a Nintendo guy growing up.
Well, they were a big part of the Nintendo 64, that is. They were a huge part of the Nintendo 64.
I would have loved to see like James and Banjo transition over to Brawl and see what their final smash was. I have a feeling.
I don't feel like James Bond would be a good fit for Smash Bros. That's a little weird right there. Oh, thanks. That's a little weird.
I don't know. James Bond, I feel like if they can put in Snake, James Bond he would work. I feel like his final smash would be like Snake's, though.
Or the thing is that James Bond is a book/movie character.
Yeah, but he was also in one of the killer apps of the N64. So I think and I think the thing was anyone could potentially get into Smash Brothers. It's just no anime characters. So Goku, go home.
I personally believe Smash should just stick to exclusively video game characters.
GoldenEye is a video game.
Yeah, but it's based off of
But it's still a video game. It's still a video game and one of the most critically acclaimed video games of all time. So I think they could make an exception and have old Jimmy B brawl it out with Mario. I mean, come on. That would be the coolest thing ever. Fucking James Bond shooting Mario.
Okay, we're getting a little weird here now.
Pierce Brosnan, James Bond. His final smash is the gun barrel opening. It's like Meta Knight's final smash.
There we go.
Oh, okay, man.
Anyways, moving on.
James Bond, James Smash.
Have you ever played GoldenEye?
No, like I said, I was never a Nintendo kid growing up. I had the PlayStation. I grew up on Crash Bandicoot and Spyro.
I had both.
I think that's why there's this internet reviewer that I really like. His name's Kadikarus. He reviews like exclusive.
Oh yeah, I know him. Yeah, he reviews.
He's great. I like his style, and he reviews PlayStation games, which is something I'm a lot more familiar with than like as much as I love James Rolfe and everything he's done for like the internet reviewers by like paving the road for them. I don't get Nintendo as much because I never had Nintendo growing up. I had PlayStation, so
that's understandable. That is perfectly understandable. But one thing you'll notice that Kadikarus uses a lot is he uses a lot of music in his videos from Nintendo games.
Yeah, and see, I love that too. He uses so much music.
He's a fan of Nintendo games. He's somebody who plays Nintendo games, but like you, he grew up on the PlayStation. I was lucky enough to have both the Nintendo 64 and a PlayStation. And then I had a PlayStation 2 and a GameCube. I was lucky enough to have both those things.
You lucky bastard. Oh, I might have to cut this episode a little short.
How come?
Me and my brother are gonna go see Ant-Man. I think he said it was at like 6:40, so I have to like shower and stuff.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
I haven't seen Ant-Man yet. He already saw it, and I'm like pissed because I want to see Ant-Man.
I'm going to see it in a week or two. Me and Radical Dream are going to go watch it.
Oh, lucky.
Why do you say lucky on that?
What do you, huh?
Why do you say lucky?
Oh, wait, what was the last thing you said? I think I spaced out again.
I said me and Radical Dreamer are going to go watch Ant-Man.
Oh, yeah. So, maybe that's what I was responding to. Lucky you get to go see Ant-Man.
Well, you're going to see it too.
Yeah, but
it could be worse. You could be going to watch Pixels.
No! I think I'd rather eat my own testicles than watch Pixels.
Which would you rather watch? If you were forced to watch one of these two movies, which would you rather watch? Pixels or Minions?
Minions, Minions, definitely, hands down. That actually doesn't look that bad. I mean, at least Minions came from, like, a place that had good ideas. Like, Despicable Me were pretty good movies, like the second one was.
Oh, I love the second one.
Pixels came from Adam Sandler trying to tap into the douchey.
Oh man, I think that's great to leave on. Adam Sandler's douchey. You heard it here first, folks. I think that's the end of that then.
Yeah, I don't know where else to go. Adam Sandler. It's so depressing. Adam Sandler used to be one of the funniest guys in Hollywood. And now, look at him.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's fucking wreck.
What was that movie where he and another guy were doing stand-up? That they were supposed to be stand-up comedians or something?
What was it, Grown Ups or something?
No, not that. I'm talking about the one where, like, someone's writing jokes for him. And
Punch Drunk Love? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember. Where
I don't really keep up with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, whatever. I'm trying to remember the name of that movie, but like, his character was kind of like a parody.
His what? Did you say he was a parrot?
No, I said his character was a parody of himself in that movie. It was a parody of his own career.
Oh.
And they were like showing these like really stupid movies that like could honestly have been some of the bad movies he was in.
Hold on a sec. Aaron, what movie did you say it was? Didn't you already see Ant-Man? Oh, okay.
Anyways, I think that's about to leave off on. I guess we'll cut this episode a little bit short then. Let you go watch your movies with your brother.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
you should get along better with your brother than I do with mine. I mean, that was awful that time we were playing Smash Bros.
Oh, I guess I could say no because I am going to go see it with my girlfriend. I wanted to go see Ant-Man with my girlfriend.
Well, why don't you go do that? Isn't she coming over tonight? Did you say that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we already planned it. I can't. Hold on. Let me. Is there any other movie we can see? Cause like I was gonna go to Ant-Man with my girlfriend when she's here. What else is out right now?
Pixels.
No, we're not going to see Pixels, Steven! I think we'd both rather get rammed by a goat than watch Pixels. I don't need to see like an hour and a half of Adam Sandler castrating comedy.
Oh god. Oh, I'm fucking dead. What the hell? I think that's a great note to leave off on.
No, I don't think I'll have to leave yet. I just need to see what else is playing. Hold on. I'll check what's at the top of the box office.
Like I said, you can always watch Minions.
No! Jesus Christ, you just have the worst taste right now.
Oh no, I would never want to see these movies. I'm just telling you to go watch them.
Minions honestly doesn't look that bad though. I think people only hate them because middle-aged moms made them into a meme. Hey, would you go see Inside Out again? Yeah. I mean, is it worth seeing again? I'm just looking at what's at the top of the box office. Movies typically stay in theaters for 90 days. Unless they bomb so bad they get pulled.
Wow. That's I mean, I don't keep up enough with movies. I don't watch too many movies, to be honest. I mean, I think the last movie I saw was Jurassic World. That was pretty damn good. You ever get to see that?
Jurassic World? But I'm going to see that too.
Never mind. God.
What about Inside Out?
I liked it, but it's not a movie I want to pay $11 to see again.
Okay, let me see what else is playing. What about Terminator?
I haven't seen any of the Terminator.
This one like resets the whole entire timeline. How about the Sherlock Holmes movies with Ian McKellen? It's like the only movies playing. Oh, what about Paper Towns by John Green?
Ugh.
What about Minions?
Oh yeah, we could go see Minions.
Yeah, you go watch Minions. Yes, people enjoy this. Enjoy Michael and his brother arguing about what movie to go watch.
Oh yeah, this is quality entertainment. This is quality. We could go see Pixels, Aaron, and suffer. Yeah, I don't want to give Adam Sandler money. He can suck my dick.
Oh no,
We can go start Trainwreck starring John Cena. Why the fuck is John Cena such a meme lately?
I don't know.
It's kind of HUD. It's like apparently
I
9.
don't know. Anything can be made into a meme. Anything.
Yeah, anything could be made into a movie. It's all about making it not suck, and Adam Sandler is incapable of doing that lately.
Yeah, he should have stopped it years ago.
He had an A+ idea here, and he managed to fuck it up. How do you do that?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I mean, the plot worked really well in Futurama.
That's because Futurama actually had talented writers and talented actors. I think the most talented person in the entire cast of Pixels is Peter. Why the fuck is he in this movie? Dinklage.
I don't know. Kevin James isn't that bad.
Yeah, he kind of is. Okay, I mean, let's be fair. The first Paul Blart movie isn't bad. It's a pretty decent Die Hard ripoff about a fat cop. You know, it's
First Paul Blart was good.
The first Paul Blart movie is, it's decent. It's harmless fluff. I can't say much bad about it. It's a cute movie. The sequel is one of the worst things I've ever watched, solely for like the first 3 minutes, where it just completely shits on Paul Blart's entire life. Like, he's a nice guy and he didn't deserve that, and his wife divorces him because he's fat and ugly and farts, and then his mom gets hit by a milk truck.
What the hell?
That's the first, 5 minutes of the movie. And then Paul is back to being disrespected at his job and harassed by everyone. So literally the entire first movie might as well not have happened because Paul has no respect, he's been divorced, and his mom is dead.
What the hell?
And then the rest of the movie up until the end, it's just Paul repeatedly having his entire life shit on. It's just Paul just gets the shittiest luck throughout the movie. He gets abused, he gets kicked around, he makes an ass of himself, his daughter gets sick of him.
What the hell? What the actual fuck, man? Paul Blart was such a nice movie about some down on his luck mall cop wanting to prove himself.
Yeah, it was for what it is. It's a decent movie. It's not bad. I'd watch Paul Blart, the first one, again. It's definitely not one of my favorite films ever, but it's an entertaining thing. The second one is just, if that first 5 minutes hadn't happened, I might have been a little more forgiving. But that happened, and then it just soured my opinion of the movie from the get-go. I mean, not that I went in with any expectations, but I at least wanted to give it a chance. And then after the first 5 minutes, I was like, I went to this when Mad Max is playing.
Oh, yeah.
But my girlfriend wanted to see it, so, she loves Paul Blart.
But here's the thing, how I feel about Paul Blart. I mean, back in, the 80s, early 90s and such, action movies were about, just regular cops taking down these, super criminals.
Yeah.
Now action movies today are about these super cops, if you know what I mean, super action cops who are extremely good at their job and such. Just these spy kind of guys.
RoboCop needs to make a return.
I don't mean RoboCop. I mean you know what I mean, super action hero kind of guys.
RoboCop is a super cop.
RoboCop. Anyways, but
RoboCop's a great
Paul Blart was kind of a throwback to that. Just this regular mall cop taking down these criminals. He was just a regular guy.
And Paul Blart 2 is a throwback to the Paul Blart 1 is a throwback to the movie Die Hard, in that it's a bunch of crazy criminals take over a building, and one lone cop has to save the day. Paul Blart 2 is Die Hard 2, and then it's literally the same shit, and it sucks. Die Hard 2 doesn't suck that much, though. Die Hard 2 is just eh.
Yeah, it was that's just a movie that didn't need a sequel.
Die Hard 3, though, no, there was a good one. Die Hard 3 was good. Maybe Paul Blart will have a third movie, and it'll be great, and they'll get Samuel L. Jackson in it.
There you go.
Samuel L. Jackson as Mike the Mother Flipper. Because they can't say fucking Paul Blart. No, but yeah, Kevin James still sucks.
Eh.
Like, aside from Paul Blart, has he ever been in a single good movie?
What about Zookeeper?
I've just been uninstalling Sonic Generations for the past 3 days. Okay, no. Okay, hold on, let's see. He was in Pixel. No. He was in 50 First Dates. Oh, but that was a good one.
Yeah, 50 First Dates was a good movie.
He was on King of Queens, Everybody Loves Raymond.
King of Queens is an alright show. Have you ever heard Kevin James do actual stand-up comedy? It wasn't that bad. It's pretty funny.
Holy shit, he was the voice of the fucking cow in that Nickelodeon movie no one watched.
Which one?
The one with the cow, Barnyard. The cow that had an udder inexplicably.
Oh yeah, but he wasn't the main one. I think, what was that, Chris Hardwick was the main one?
No, he's the Otis the cow. That's the main cow.
Huh. I thought Chris Hardwick was in that. Who was he then?
No wonder that movie flopped so bad. It had Kevin James as the main character.
And then they made a whole entire TV show of it. Of that movie. They had a whole entire TV show.
They did, and that show was incredibly mediocre. Yeah. Definitely not the worst thing Nickelodeon ever did. I mean, it can't really be because they also did Fanboy and Chum Chum and Sanjay and Greg. But it was pretty mediocre. It wasn't anything special.
Yeah.
And even with that said, I don't know if Nickelodeon can say they've made the worst show ever because at least, say what you will, at least they didn't make Teen Titans Go.
Fair enough. We shit on that show all last episode.
Did we?
Yeah, I think we did. We shit on that show plenty last episode.
Well, I think it's always a good time to shit on Teen Titans Go.
Oh, never good time. Never not a good time.
I think the best part of that is, while every other voice actor came back, Ron Perlman was like, you know what, fuck this bullshit. I'm not coming back. Ron Perlman stayed away from that show. I hear Slade was in an episode, and Ron Perlman, it's not on Ron Perlman's IMDb, so I can assume either Slade doesn't talk or they just couldn't get Ron Perlman. He's too dignified for that. That's why he was in Season of the Witch with Nicolas Cage. This is a man with class. He only works with great actors.
Yeah, like Nicolas Cage.
Yes, Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage. Nicholas Cage.
That's a horrible image.
Yes, it is.
Why would you put that image in my head? What the fuck is wrong with you?
But yeah, all joking aside, Ron Perlman is a great actor, and he's in a lot of great films. And he definitely knows better than to go into something that's just abysmally terrible, like Teen Titans Go. Teen Titans Go is literally just Johnny Test in cosplay.
Yeah. I argue to say Johnny
Test at least had original characters, so there's some of them that even through the douchiness and the shittiness of the show, you like. There's a lot of genuinely good characters on Johnny Test. Like Dookie was a good character. His sisters were good characters. I'm sure there was a couple of other characters that were pretty interesting, but with Teen Titans Go, it's taking established characters and making them all into idiots.
That's literally the whole thing, is just boiling them down to the base characteristics and just making that a caricature of what they are. And just blowing those out of proportion.
Yeah, flanderization. That's what they call it when magnify an aspect of a character to the nth degree based off of obviously what happened to Ned Flanders on The Simpsons. He went from, a very nice, well-meaning man who just happened to be religious to literally the only thing about him is that he's a religious guy and he's just like a stereotypical Christian.
Yeah, it really became that
So,
way.
Like, I feel if The Simpsons weren't around, the trope would be like the SpongeBob syndrome or something, because characters on SpongeBob had that happen to them too. Mr. Krabs went from jerk with a heart of gold boss who just happened to love money but still cared about his employees to literally money grubbing is the only aspect of his personality. SpongeBob went from, a fun-loving goofball who still had the best interests of others at heart to a emotionally repressed man-child. Patrick went from dim-witted but well-meaning best bud to a sociopathic moron. Plankton.
Squidward's the same.
Squidward changed the least, I think. I think there's still aspects where he went from, Squidward was kind of a jerk with a heart of gold. Like, he was an ass.
He was never a jerk with a heart of gold. He was just a straight up dick.
No, there's a lot of times where he showed that he cared about SpongeBob and his feelings. Like, look at the Christmas episode where he gave away everything just so he could make SpongeBob happy and believe Santa Claus was real.
Yeah, that's true.
He did a lot of nice stuff. Now it's just like he literally hates SpongeBob just for existing. But then again, with how SpongeBob is, I can hardly blame him.
Yeah.
Plankton went from being a genuinely somewhat threatening villain in a way to being a loser. But then again, he peaked with the movie. Once you enslave an entire town.
Well, the movie is technically the final episode.
True.
And everything before that, so everything after that is before the movie.
It's just weird, SpongeBob has a very weird canon.
Yeah. The fact that SpongeBob has a canon at all.
It has more canon than something like Billy and Mandy, that's for sure.
Oh, that was a great show. Why can't we have more of that? No, wait. Forget I said that before they bring it back in a horrendously butchered manner. Looking at you, the new Powerpuff Girls, new Teen Titans Go and such.
Oh yeah, did you know Powerpuff Girls is getting a reboot?
Yep, with none of the original voice actors.
I don't know. I've seen a couple of things. Like, on the one hand, I don't know why they'd invite a bunch of other people back. Like, that were on the original show, like the guy who voiced Mojo Jojo and not the girls. But on the other hand, don't new people deserve up-and-coming roles? Like, these are up-and-coming voice actresses who probably don't have big stuff to their name. Like, Tara Strong is one of the most beloved voice actresses of our time, so,
Exactly.
I don't know. I feel it's unfair if they're rebooting it with everyone else but them. But on the other hand, new people deserve a chance. But they should have, if they were going to give new people a chance, they should have just recast everyone. They shouldn't have
Exactly.
if they're going to reboot it without the three main girls, but then everyone else.
Exactly. Well, I think we ended up talking a lot longer than I guess we originally meant to.
I think we could still go for a little longer.
Wait, where are we at now? I'd say
I don't know. I think it's a little under an hour. I mean, I think the call is at 5:40 when it started. I can't exactly remember.
yeah, it's about where we started. 5:40. And I've run out of things to talk about. I don't know.
I think the moral of this episode, the thing that we should all take away from this, the thing that we should all take away from here is that you should never judge things before you really see them, and that you need to keep an open mind and an open heart. That being said, Teen Titans Go is a piece of shit, and Teen Titans Go fuck itself.
I feel the same about Pixels.
What?
I said I feel the same about Pixels.
Pickles?
Pixels can go. Pixels!
Oh, Pixels. Pickles are a much better thing. If you're gonna spend $10, go buy like 5 jars of pickles. Have a party. Have a pickle party. It's a better. You'll be much more satisfied, and you'll have a better time.
I don't know. Eating 5 jars of pickles, you might end up...
Eating pickles is a good time. Do it.
Eating so many pickles, I think you might end up as sick as you would if you watched Pixels.
Well, eating that much vinegar-soaked cucumbers, you'll end up saltier than a melee fag. That's for sure.
Is that right, Stevie? That's right, Stevie.
I feel like, I don't know, I think we just peaked right there for this episode. I don't know if we can get much better than that.
I don't know.
I could always come back on camera without my shirt on. Then this episode will get the female viewer base right up.
I don't know. I think you might scare them away.
I am too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts. 90s one-hit wonders at 6.
I mean, it literally hurts. He's physically in pain all the time.
God left me unfinished.
I think that's where we end the show. Oh, goodbye, everybody. Oh, God.
Good night, everybody.